Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Dishonored running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now this game is currently running at 1080p with the lowest possible graphics, and we're actually getting some very good performance. This was actually really great. I had an absolute blast playing like this. I was pleasantly surprised to see how well it was performing. This was just incredible levels of performance considering what we have going on here, and at 1080p, you know, like the game definitely looks pretty bad considering that we have to set everything to the lowest possible. Specifically, the textures are what really takes a hit. The art style of the game, though, it lends itself to this lower quality, really, because it has a distinct style that just fits it perfectly. Really, the biggest thing that suffers is just the textures. Outside of that, everything is pretty great. Really, the big savior here is those 1% lows. We are getting some absolutely fantastic numbers at our 1% lows that pretty much just show us we are not going to be experiencing any stutter whatsoever while playing on here. So at the lowest possible settings, you are going to be getting the most smooth experience possible. So if FPS is something that really matters to you and you're one of those people that is really into just the crazy amount of like skill kills you can do on here, you are going to have the game keep up with you 100%. You know, you are not going to have the game stutter and make things worse for you. Now we are of course in an enclosed environment, and parts of the game will be in areas like this, others will be in a little bit more open areas. In the more open areas, you can expect the FPS to be a little closer to 60 than, you know, the 70 average that we're at, but the performance difference isn't really that noticeable, and specifically the 1% lows don't really suffer too much, so it's not really going to be a noticeable drop that you're going to feel while playing the game. And that's really all that matters, because how many of us are really sitting here playing games with an FPS counter showing? You know, most of us are just going to sit down and play the game. If we can't notice any performance issues, we're not going to care, you know. So that's pretty much the level of performance we're getting here, where you just won't need to worry about that kind of thing. That being said, if you do want to turn the settings up, you can actually do that. The game is currently right now running at the highest graphics settings possible. That even includes, you know, setting the textures to the highest. So we fixed the texture problem that we had. We had a little bit better visuals, really nothing super noticeable besides just the texture improvement. But for the most part, the game is still going to continue to run perfectly fine. Specifically, again, pay attention to those 1% lows. They are so close to our average. We are pretty much just getting the most consistent gaming experience possible here, you know? And I have VSync off, but outside of that, we're not really going to be hitting, you know, super high frame rates here anyway. You know, like you pretty much have to set it to the lowest settings if you want to actually consistently hit above 60. But like this, I mean, it's perfectly fine to play like this. I guarantee you, if I turned off that FPS counter and I just gave you the game like this to play, you are going to have a good time. You're not really going to complain about performance at all. It's just one of those things where you won't even really think about the performance if you were just straight up playing this without the FPS counter. That's genuinely surprising, but I'm happy to see, because we very rarely see games that actually run at 1080p on these APUs at really decent frame rates. You know, like the 1135 G7 really struggles at 1080p. The 5500U does do a little better in 1080p for sure. There's a lot more games that it can actually do 1080p in, but it borders on the edge of playability. This is well past the edge of playability. So really, I could just say that you can play this at both the highest settings or the lowest settings, or just adjust it to your liking to fit your preferences. The point is the headroom is there for you. You know, you could just set everything to the highest settings and have a good time, or you could just set it to the lowest and have a good time. You will not run into issues with either one, really. And I played with the highest settings for a while just to see if I would run into any issues with any cutscenes or anything like that, maybe any crashes that might happen. Just, I was thinking that maybe the textures being set to the highest might end up actually causing issues, specifically because we are, you know, RAM limited here. But I'm glad to see that none of those issues ended up happening. Everything worked perfectly smooth. So I'm going to say that this game is an absolute win on this chip, and I'm really happy to see that. But anyways, if you guys found this video useful, be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you think, and of course, check out those affiliate links down below if you're interested in picking up a laptop that, you know, uses this APU, because it really is a fantastic performer, and you can get it for very cheap. Obviously, those links go to supporting the channel, and it actually allows me to be able to buy more games to test. You know, there is a current long list of games that I really want to pick up, but I currently just don't have the funds for it. So if you would like to help the channel, the affiliate links is really the best way to go about it, because at least you're, you know, getting something out of it. It doesn't really cost you anything. It's just you were interested in buying something on Amazon or Walmart anyway. Use that link, help support the channel. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next time.